Hello, this is Anyways Writing. I am Duncan.
And I am Al, or Ali.
Yay, Al is back.
Hey, I'm back. I'm back again, second
Yeah.
time.
So it's episode 2, Al, and I, for one, am
It
looking
is.
forward to it.
Me too.
So today, because it's just the two of us
Hmm.
in this,
Yes.
intimate setting, I thought we could try something a bit different from last time, and I
Okay.
thought that we could devise a title and an elevator
Right.
pitch for a story from some
Oh,
random words. So one or
right.
two sentences to
Hmm.
explain the parameters of the story, and then we're done. And then maybe later on when we've got a full of cast of characters, we can
Hmm.
expand upon these elevator pitches. Maybe not. Maybe all they need to be is just these little tiny two word stories.
Sounds
So
good.
let's jump into this. Let's dive into this running.
Oh, actually,
Um,
question, Duncan, beforehand
do
for
go
for
on. Yeah.
everything out there. Because I didn't know this before, but I do now. But I'm going to give you a little test and see if you know. Why are
Okay.
they called elevator pitches? Why the name elevator?
They are called elevator pitches because in the hypothetical scene in
Hmm.
which you and an extremely famous film director or producer are in an
Hmm.
elevator together
Yep.
for 30 seconds, you
Yep.
get precisely two sentences in which to sell your story.
Very true.
So you say, "Hey, I've got an idea for a script. I've got
Hmm.
it's called this, and this is what it's about."
Yes,
And then
exactly.
so
Yay.
it's got to capture the attention. It's got to spark the imagination. Generally speaking, it will involve one or two of the main characters, possibly the
Hmm.
protagonist and the
Hmm.
antagonist.
Okay.
Explain how they might work together or off of each other or against each other.
Hmm.
Usually, quite a useful way of doing that is by using an adjective describing the characters and how they might kind of bump off of each other. So, like a fearful character
Mm.
is the main character, and then their buddy for the whole film is somebody who takes is like a risk taking character kind of thing. So you
Yes.
can then so if you say a fearful teacher goes for a weekend away with a risk taking wild man, wilderness man, wilderman.
Wilderman.
I mean, you know, Al, you're somebody who's acquainted with the woods.
Oh, yes, indeed. And not as a Wilderman.
We call you Wild Al.
Wilder. Yes. Well, where the wild alleys are, uh, that is where you'll find
Where the
me.
wild owls are. Yeah.
That's it. It's where you might find me with the top exec from the studio. But
Telling him all about your film ideas that you've got. Well, I tell you what, let's give you
okay.
one extra elevator pitch that you can tell your movie producer friend the next time you go off into the wilderness together. Okay, Al. So,
Yeah.
have you
Okay.
got an adjective, a verb, and a noun ready to go?
Oh, I do. I do. I gave them to
Please,
you.
please let me. Please do let me know. I'm ready and waiting.
Okay, okay, right. So what did I have? Because I didn't write them down. Um, I had peer. That was my verb.
I
Peer
like to peer into that
to
sort of
peer
thing.
into.
Yeah,
Yes, that's right. Yep.
excellent.
Uh, cool. And then my. Can you give me a hint as to what my other two were? I
So
didn't write them down. Sorry,
the
that was my
situation
fault.
is that I've written down your words and you haven't.
I
Uh,
know.
I can give you a hint to the noun.
Give me a hint to the noun, yes,
The
please.
hint to the noun was that you accidentally did a an impression of Macho Man Randy Savage when you told me it.
Oh, excitement!
There you go.
Yeah,
Excitement.
excitement.
And the adjective
It was limping,
was
of
there you
course.
go. So we've got Pia,
Yep.
limping, and excitement.
Yeah.
My verb, adjective, and noun
Yep.
are leap,
Leap.
which that works off of limping. So
Yes, it does.
yeah, we've already got something that works together there.
That's
My
good.
my adjective is demonic,
Mm-hmm.
and
Wow.
my
Okay.
noun is singer.
Singer.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
So let's I guess get to work here. Already, I'm wondering about having a demonic singer.
yeah. But that just
Some,
works so well together, doesn't it?
yeah,
Who lives?
but well, yeah, or we could have like a limping. Uh, well, hang on. Let's
Yeah.
go with that. Let's start with that. Demonic singer. Who would
Yeah.
that be? The protagonist, or would that be an antagonist?
Oh, interesting.
I'm kind of thinking that would be an antagonist. What do you reckon?
I'm going to say antagonist, yeah, just purely because it's demonic. So that would
Although
normally.
it could be fun if it was the protagonist,
That's
because
very true.
it
Yes.
it would offer a bit more, maybe more comedy.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
if
Okay.
this
Okay.
sort of demonic character is trying to prevail against a world which is ostensibly quite good.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right,
That sounds good.
demonic singer. Um, I'll tell you what type of singer it could be. It could be a choir singer or a singer who sings predominantly, religious stuff. So
Yeah.
you've then got a bit of conflict right there. So immediately you've got sort of like demonic a demonic singer struggles to prevail in their career as a choir
As a
master or something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah. It would be, but I mean, are they inherently demonic, or is it they start singing and then the demonic voice comes out? You know, so
Oh, I
it's
like that.
only whilst they sing that the demon comes out.
So they start the few lines of "In the Bleak Midwinter," but
Yes,
then when it gets to bleak, it suddenly goes bleak or something like
that's it. And
that.
your mother darned socks in hell. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
That sort
that
of.
could work. I was thinking that I might have to bleep some stuff out there, but you skillfully sidestep that. Lovely.
Yes.
Also, I
Hmm.
was I you see I like that idea, but I also like the idea that it's somebody who's really really trying. They don't really want to be demonic anymore, so it's kind of
Okay.
like, Tim Curry in what is that film where Tim Curry's in that fantastic prosthetic suit?
Oh, legend.
That's it. Yeah, yeah, it's in Legend.
True. Yeah.
So Tim Curry in Legend. So that character, but in like a nice suit, and he's sort of really trying hard to be the best choir master that he can be. Well, there we go. Okay, we've got an interesting protagonist. Then we've got somebody who is physically injured, physically hurt
Yes.
uh, by the very thing that he wants to do. That's
Hmm.
that's that's a good premise. So
Yeah.
a demonic singer
Hmm.
struggles against, uh, how would you phrase that? A demonic singer struggles in his struggles as an aspiring choir master or something like that.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, Now we've got a few other words that we can play with. We don't have to
Yeah.
use it.
Okay.
We've got excitement.
Excitement. Yes.
Excitement. We've got peer in, like as in to peer into something.
Appear into. Yeah.
We've got limping and leap.
Limping and leap. Okay. So
So,
it's it's the yeah, it's his continuous struggle to leap into
well, like
uh,
chariot. So maybe he's some sort of long jumper, some sort of Olympic athlete, a demonic Olympic athlete. But
right.
whenever they play Chariots of Fire, which
Yeah.
is, I think that's originally quite a religious oriented song,
Okay.
it
Okay.
physically hurts him.
Oh no.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we're onto a good one with the demonic
With the
singer
thing, yeah.
wanting to be a choir master. Yeah. So
Mhm.
let's try let's I mean, we don't need to use the other words because
Okay.
that they were just sort of like little sparks of inspiration. And I think we've got
Yeah.
some inspiration now. We've got a demonic singer. Maybe let's think about this. What other character could come in and sort of nudge him into doing something? Or maybe here we go.
Okay.
Demonic singer
Yeah.
has found that he is an excellent choir master, but somebody
Hmm.
comes along and convinces him to take over the local church's choir or something like that.
Yes.
So, how would you like? It needs to be somebody that character would spark off of. Somebody that character, the demonic singer,
Yeah.
would uh, would really like spark off of. So who would like be the opposite of a demonic singer?
Well, you see, I think what's happened that the individual that I'm thinking of, he's very angelic. He could be like an angel, but he's fallen from grace slightly, so
Yeah.
he's a little bit of a hard up, roughed up kind of thing.
Okay.
And in order for him to kind of get back to heaven or wherever,
Hmm.
to get back in the good books, he thinks, okay, maybe if I help this demonic singer, to get where
Oh,
he wants
oh,
to
okay.
to change himself,
Yeah.
it's going to be good for him. But I'm thinking much hilarity will ensue, because of course, they're coming from two completely different worlds.
Yeah.
Um,
I like the idea that like the demonic singer is actually quite a nice person. Like
yes,
they're they're only demonic because that's where they were born. Um,
they
but
found themselves.
yeah, they've really bettered themselves, and they've worked out a few of the problems that they had in like their teenage and early 20 years, and
Yeah,
they come through that, and they've kind of settled into a nice comfortable life, even though they look like Tim Curry in Legend.
yeah.
um, and then so you've got this kind of, on the one hand you've got this really demonic, quite frightening guy,
Mhm.
and then on the other hand you could have somebody who has the appearance of being quite saintly, but could be the exact opposite, but in sort
Yes.
of like a comedic way. So
Yeah,
like
completely.
I'm thinking like a charity worker or a vicar or something like that who delights in like squidging ice creams into kids' faces when they're at the park or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
Like Villanelle in the beginning of Killing Eve.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, like little things like that, just really annoying things. They delight in scratching brand new CDs and stuff like that.
yeah. Small microaggressions.
Yeah, yeah, a really petty, aggressive person.
Yeah.
Um, okay, how would you describe that person then? We need a
Oh,
profession. We need like a singular profession. I think it's probably going to be a bit too controversial to have them be a priest or
yes.
a charity worker. Maybe like a nursery teacher. Like,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
you could have a demonic but kind-hearted singer going up against a spiteful nursery teacher.
Yes.
A bitter nursery teacher.
Yes. A bit of nursery. Yeah. Yeah.
So that is
Well.
okay. We've got two good characters there. They're the sort of the antagonistic pair for the story. So where could you go from that? So obviously the song that the demonic singer is going to be singing is that would, it'd have to be some sort of spiritual context, not necessarily religious, but sort of
Yeah.
spiritual. Oh, hey,
Um.
hey, maybe. I
Yeah.
think our strongest idea is song related, but it
Mhm.
could be like spiritual. It could be some sort of meditation retreat or something like that.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And
Um,
what they just happen to both be there. They've
yeah,
like ended up there. They've decided they both want to go.
either that or it's kind of one of these chalk and cheese relationships. Like they've started dating.
Right.
Somehow this demonic singer is bettering the spiteful nursery teacher, and
Yeah.
and the nursery teacher is then teaching the singer to perhaps have a bit more assertiveness in life. They're
Yeah.
bettering each other, but then
Yeah.
they have to go to this meditation retreat,
Uh-huh.
and the meditation retreat causes the demonic singer to effectively combust.
Oh.
I don't know. That doesn't have a good ring to it. Something needs to
Mm.
change there. I think I like the idea of kind of like kind-hearted demon. Maybe we could drop the singer altogether. We've got kind-hearted
Mhm.
demon and then spiteful nursery teacher.
Yes.
Now, I don't know though. How do you feel
Me-
about like? I like the idea of a demonic choir master.
Yeah.
I think that works. What are you
Mhm.
thinking?
Well, I'm thinking that they probably they don't know each other, or especially don't know each other really yet.
Okay.
Maybe they live in the same town or something like that. They've seen each other. Maybe the nursery teacher's kind of taken umbrage against the demonic singer. We'll still call him a singer choir master at the
Yeah,
moment.
yeah.
That's fine. Um, and maybe this is where it all comes from, because they can see that this demonic person is being good, and they think, well, no, they shouldn't be good because they're demonic and this isn't fair at all.
Hmm.
So they're always the one who's kind of like one step behind, always trying to mess up
Okay.
everything that the demonic choir master is trying to do. I'm just picturing in my head, because we had the word peer and stuff like that. I can just
Yeah.
imagine this character is always behind them, peering behind, kind of
Peering at
staring
them.
at them,
Yeah.
um,
Oh, I like that.
trying to cause as much of a problem as they possibly can, but every time they try to do something, I mean, I'm going quite a slapstick 80s here, 1980s films,
Yeah.
but every time they try and fix something, something happens to them. I've just got visions of or was it is it a fish called Wanda, or that, or the sequel where there's that where he's trying to kill this dog. Oh no, he's trying to kill this old woman, but every time he does it, he keeps killing off all these other dogs. Do you know the bit that I mean?
No, I've not seen the film.
But that sort of thing keeps happening. Like this demonic person, he's trying to better himself. He's just getting on with his daily life. He's just going through, and this other person's always trying to stop them, but always messing up themselves.
Okay.
And then that's where the limping thing comes into, because by the end of it, he's completely and utterly destroyed. But then, like, the two of them somehow come together, and they discover that they've both got an excitement for the same thing.
I like
And
the idea, like going back to the like the elevator pitch. I like the
yes.
idea of finishing it with someone peering over his shoulder.
Yeah.
That could work. Because I was wondering, like, uh, nursery. You could have a nursery teacher, which isn't necessarily a school related thing. It's sort of like a community hall thing. So
Oh, okay, yes, yeah.
maybe the story is that the nursery teacher has been placed in charge of finding a new choir master, and
Hmm.
because they're so spiteful, this nursery teacher goes to the demonic singer, that sort of thing. I don't know. The elevator could be a pitch, could be a demonic singer has to face his demons when when a spiteful nursery teacher enlists him as the new choir master at the local church or something like that.
Yes, yeah, okay, okay. That sounds, because I think it's got enough in there to be like, okay, this sounds interesting, but it doesn't tell you too much,
Hmm.
which is all really good as well.
Hmm.
So, but yes, from that, yeah, that makes sense. So they enlist them, even if it's against their better wishes, and that's why they're always peering over and checking up on them and trying to. Yeah, okay, no, I
Yeah,
can see, I
and I'm
can see
just
that.
wondering, like tone wise, I'm thinking Vicar of Dibley by way of Tim Curry in Legend.
Yes.
So kind of like a wry sort of look, kind of knowing, kind of accepting, and sort of like a kindly fun making out of kind of the the church that they're in and that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that as well, that could, because it could be a fish out of water story. It could be
Yeah.
this demonic singer who is the only person in the village who looks like that. But then you have like a cast of characters in the village, like the kindly old lady, and the sort of the teen who work the despondent teen who works at the local shop and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And everyone else kind of fits together in this weird little machine, which is this kind of like quintessential English village. And then you've got
Yeah.
this guy walking around in a giant red prosthetic head with horns.
Yeah.
Every time he speaks, he breathes fire, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Okay. Yeah, no, I like that. I've got visions in my head of like Celia Imrie being the antagonist character.
yeah, that's perfect. Yeah,
Yeah, that sort of kind of very lovely but slightly uptight sort of,
yeah, and
image. That's what I'm getting.
yeah, occasionally kind of just sort of doing something slightly aggressive, slightly unkind,
Yes.
and then smiling to herself as she walks away. So, first act is
Yes.
the demonic singer. Normal life. He's just kind of, there we go. That could work. He's known in the village for singing with gusto as he's out and about walking his dog, but
Yes.
he's happy in his normal little suburban life,
That's
and
yeah.
he's made it out of hell, and he's happy to be away from that toxic environment of hell,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he's just happy to be in this. He's got a steady job which he likes, colleagues that he
Hmm.
likes, a good group of friends, and doesn't really want anything else. But
No.
something's holding him back. Maybe he wants a personal connection with someone. He's got
Yeah.
colleagues, but maybe he doesn't have friends. There you
No.
go.
Oh,
So he's got a comfortable office job where
right.
he's got colleagues who respect and fear him, even though he's
Right.
quite nice. But yeah, he's well known for singing.
Do you know, it would be great if he had a job in an office building, but he was on reception. So he was like the person that people saw. And
Yeah,
that's why it's so funny because some people are just kind of like, hi. And then you could have a scene where someone's just coming along and they're scared to death of him, and everyone else is just like acting normal around him.
maybe that's why he started singing.
Yeah.
It,
So people knew.
yeah, when he talks normally, he has like a really gruff, angry sounding voice, even though what he's saying is really friendly and kind. But when he sings, he's got an absolutely astounding voice. It's like
Yeah.
the voice of an angel,
Hmm.
ironically. So he sings to everyone. So he's known as a good singer. And then, sort of concurrent to that, running alongside that in the first act, you've got this spiteful nursery school teacher who
Yeah.
is tasked with, through plot device, she is tasked with finding the next choir master. And because she is so spiteful, she
Yeah.
thinks that this demonic singer, because he's so well known around the village for
Yeah.
singing, would be the best person to do it. And
Hmm.
oh, there you go. That's his want. That's the singer's want. Is
Oh, yeah.
he wants to make friends. He wants to meet people. There you go. So that's his want, and then she provides him with that want. That's why he keeps going back to choir, because he,
Yeah.
he wants to he wants to meet people and wants to be nice to people, and
Yeah.
so he keeps going back to choir, even though the hymns that
Yeah.
they're singing makes him physically combust.
Each time as well, the poor guy.
Every time. And you could then have, in the second act, you could have this lovely montage sequence of all of the different things that he's trying to stop himself combusting, like
Yeah.
using loads of suntan lotion on himself, um, or like trying to block his ears with cotton wool.
I just had these visions of him exploding and people coming up and toasting marshmallow.
Oh, maybe because he's a demon, he can't die. So
No, so he just respawns on the spot.
so he just respawns in hell, and he's like, "Hey, Dad," and then
Yeah.
comes back out, and goes back to work the next day. And you can have
Yeah.
this really great sort of moment, sort of like a lowest point moment, where he's talking to a colleague, where he's like, I can't stop combusting. I just can't stop." And then obviously the third act is where, maybe there could be something whereby he needs to learn how to be assertive, how to be aggressive. And maybe
Yeah.
there's a situation in which the bitter nursery teacher, maybe she has a situation which is causing her to be bitter and twisted. And
Yeah,
that
exactly.
in the third act, at the end of the second act, the singer realizes, oh, this is why she's so aggressive all the time.
Mm.
And then in the third
Hmm.
act, he pulls a full on, like, growing to 100 foot tall, pointing a clawed talon at the person who is causing this nursery teacher's life hell.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be amazing if it's like one vindictive kid that is causing this nursery teacher's life to be hell?
Yes.
And like, it's one really awful child that in the third act, finally, it's the singer who finally steps up and is like, behave, or something like that.
Yeah,
Voice is like a flamethrower kind of thing. And it then,
that's it. Yeah, suddenly kind of like looks it's super scary.
yeah, and
Uh,
it cuts to the child, and it's
like
like a Looney Tunes cartoon, with their hair has been all blasted back, and they're
that.
covered in
Yes.
soot. And that's how the day is saved. But then how would the demonic singer then resolve? He wants to, maybe that's it. Instead of singing songs in a church, because he likes the
Mhm.
choir, he gets on very well with the choir. Wouldn't
Yeah,
it be lovely if there's like a kindly old lady giving out tea, and he helps her because she's got mobility issues, and so he
yeah.
takes it upon himself he dons like a floral apron, this giant horned guy with a
Yeah.
floral apron, handing out tea and coffee in a
Amazing.
small village church. Maybe he finds that he loves the choir, he gets on really well, he's making friends, and they
Yeah.
seem to like him as well.
Hmm.
But the setting and the songs that they're singing cause him to physically combust. So the resolution is that they decide to become a rock choir instead.
Ah,
And
yeah, okay.
so they he's their choir master, but they're singing completely different songs. They're singing like Slipknot.
Yeah.
And the kindly old tea lady is there throwing up the bullhorns like, yeah.
Yes.
So, okay, let's get back to this elevator pitch then. A demonic singer's life. No. It needs to be more descriptive. It's like, all character name, like in square brackets, all character
Mm.
name wanted when he left hell was to have a quiet life. But now he is enlisted to be the choir master at a local church by a bitter nursery teacher, a task which, while it makes him friends, causes him to physically combust.
Yes.
Can character name find a way to make friends
Yeah.
while remaining um, while remaining in one piece, or something like that?
Yes. Yeah.
So what could the title of that be?
Does it have to be the actual title or working title?
I don't know. I feel like you've got a lot of scope in there. Oh, could it could it just be called Holy Fire, or something like that?
Holy fire.
So I'm imagining the film poster, Holy
Yeah.
Fire, in like
Holy
proper
fire.
sort of like thrash metal font.
That kind of silver bald lightning kind of fierce.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the picture in the foreground is just the demonic singer with big sort of red prosthetic face and horns. You know, but a lovely suit in a floral apron. So you're adding this weird irony to the idea. It's a poster that
Mm,
makes you want to go, what is that?
yes.
Oh, how about I'm just looking at lists of hymn names. Thine be the
Okay.
glory. Here we go. Here we go. Hymn name.
What?
There is a redeemer. So
Right.
again, imagine the film poster. There is a redeemer in giant death metal text with
Yeah.
with essentially Satan in a lovely suit handing out cookies.
Oh, yeah. All things bright and beautiful. Was that a TV show already?
Yeah, I think that was. Yeah. Oh no, I really hope we don't offend people with this one.
I know exactly. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't.
But I mean, it's redemption. It's a redemption. Yeah, characters started out in a terrible place
Exactly.
and wants to better themselves and be a good person.
And it's not kind of good and evil in its traditional sense. So I
Yeah,
think it's all right. I
yeah,
think
that's true.
I don't think it would cause that many issues. I'd hope.
I think it could be quite good if it was joy to the world.
Ah, yes.
But again, it would have to be in the most aggressive of fonts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think joy to the world is probably a good one.
Sounds good to me.
Oh, and then actually, that gives it a good ticking clock as well, because he needs to help the choir put on a performance for Christmas.
Right. Christmas show. Yay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we've got joy to the world. When what would a good name? Asriel
Oh, what for
for
the guy?
for the guy.
For the main guy, I was thinking John because it's not religious at all, and it just seems a bit weird. You've got this demonic being, and he's just called John.
John is one of the disciples.
Is he?
Yeah, Matthew, Mark,
Oh,
Luke, and John.
oh God. John was the first name that came to my head. I was just thinking of a kind of general standard sort of name.
Yeah,
Nothing too exotic because that would play up on things a little bit as well, like Bob. No offense to any Bobs listening, of course, or anybody who knows a Bob. I'm not saying they're boring.
Bob the
I'm just saying,
demon. Yeah,
you know, it's just a nice name. He just wants to fit in. He doesn't want to be. I mean, he could have a very exotic full name, let's say, but he just wants to be known as Bob.
could it could be like a longer demon name, which is then
Yeah,
shortened to Bob.
yeah, kind of like when dogs have pedigree names and then you just call them Bob.
Yeah, it could be sort of like a made up word, like Boba Ferret, the destroyer, something like that.
Yeah,
Destroyer isn't good enough. The Flayer, Boba Ferret Flayer Jr.
Junior. Yeah.
When Boba Ferret the Flayer brackets Jr. I'm literally just writing this down now. Okay, so
Okay.
joy to the world. When Boba Ferret the Flayer Jr. left Hell, he settled in, and we need like a village name, like
Micklesthorpe.
Where did that come from? That was so
I have no
quick.
idea.
Okay.
Micklesthorpe. Micklex
Okay.
Thorpe.
Okay.
Sounds like somewhere in the Cotswolds, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
Little Micklesthorpe.
Little Micklesthorpe. That sounds like a beautiful place.
Yeah. When Boba Ferret the Flayer Jr. left Hell, he settled for a quiet life in Little Micklesthorpe. Quiet Life doing what? Quiet Life. What could a nice job be? Tending roses. Tending roses.
Tending roses is fine.
I was just thinking, what is the most outlandish job that you could put a 7-foot tall demon into?
Well, yeah, this is very true.
Tending rose gardens. When Boba Fett the Flayer Jr. left Hell, he settled for a quiet but lonely life tending rose gardens in Little Micklethorpe. Known for his... How would you describe his singing voice? Known for his...
Angelic?
Oh yeah, angelic.
I mean, surely that's got to be the best way to describe it.
Yeah. Known for his angelic baritone voice, Bob's life is turned upside down when he is enlisted to be Fire Master. Okay.
Right.
It's not perfect.
Okay.
Let's picture this, right?
Okay.
You are in the wilderness.
Yes.
You're alone with your movie executive friend. Okay.
Yeah.
And you turn to this friend and you say,
yeah,
got a new film idea.
Uh-huh.
Here we go. Cult comedy. Joy to the world. When Boba Fett the Flayer Jr. left Hell, he settled for a quiet but lonely life tending rose gardens in Little Micklethorpe. Known for his angelic baritone voice, Bob's life is turned upside down when he is enlisted by a spiteful nursery assistant to be the choir master at the local church, a task which makes him physically combust. So I'm you in this scenario. You're the movie executive. What would you say back to me?
I would say that is amazing.
Okay. Where do I sign?
Where do I sign? Exactly. And how long are we in the wilderness for?
Yeah.
That's like
where's the nearest restaurant?
Exactly. I'll just be right. It's right here. I made it on the campfire. Yeah. From a self-combusting demon.
It's your favorite self-combusted demon. Okay, well, I think we've done it there, Al. I for one am looking forward to selling this idea, and I will see you when we're both millionaires.
Yeah, please do. Don't. Make sure you copyright it first. I don't want anyone else nicking it.
Well, thank you, Al. That was enlightening, I think.
You're very welcome. Yeah, no, it was good. It was good. It's always it's always a pleasure to be involved in these things. So keep me on.
I definitely will. I'm looking forward to the next film that we can pitch.
Me too. We'll have a book by the end of it.
Yeah, a full book of pitches. One of them's bound to get bought.
Well, of course. Yeah, someone's got to buy it somewhere down the line.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for listening. Like, subscribe, and tell all your friends that hopefully won't get too offended by this idea. And until next time, this was Anyways Writing. Thanks for listening.
Thanks. Bye.